So we were just having, namaste, we were just having a conversation with a couple of students here, and was speaking to the fact that many times when I'm speaking with sadhakas and things are tempered. And why are they tempered? Because if people ask, who are you, what are you, this and that, and you say, I am that unborn, you know, I am that unborn prior to manifestation, people think, oh, you're giving some big affect, yada, 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 you know, and they're not going to understand it. Yes, that's the direct consciousness that remains here. That is the absolute reality of the consciousness that remains here. But as a guru, as a teacher, it's understood that the ones that I'm working with and attempting to aid in their journeys, they're not going to understand this. They're in the minds of duality. Therefore, one has to try to find a way to breach that gap. You know, to speak in a language they're going to be able to comprehend. And so this is why it's done. You know, this is why it's done. Trying to do what is possible to relate to where they are at and what they are going to understand, and then trying to bring them forward, trying to bring you forward, you know. Because otherwise it's not going to benefit, you know. But make no mistake, the reality here has nothing to do with the dualistic realm. There is no persona. Yes, people relate to what they see. They relate to the body image, but I am not this body. People misunderstand. There's another thing that I've heard that, you know, and it finally clicked today what was going on with people. When they say it's all spontaneous, and there's you know, as well, that there's no doer. And yes, that's true for the one in realization. But as long as you're in the mind and being driven by mind, then you think that there is a doer. And to sit there and just to spout that there is no doer is a fallacy. Because you're in the consciousness of object, subject and object. And yes, the path is to break through that. But you can't just be in denial of it either. That's not going to benefit. It's not going to benefit. So I think there's some mistaken notion about, you know, when we're speaking, you know, and one is in that of absolute, that is the absolute truth of it. But the absolute truth is not understood by those within Maya and driving mind. So to sit here and only speak from that absolute truth would only bring confusion, and I see that it brings confusion, and it has brought confusion to those in the dualistic mind. And so that's why the teaching here is a little bit different. Yes, if you want to know what it is from the absolute and that realistic reality of that consciousness of non-duality, it's very easy to speak to that. It's much more difficult to try to back into, you know, giving from a dualistic perspective. But Advaita has to come from direct experience. It really has to come from the deconstructing and imploding of that personal sense of I am. Okay? I am is a first projection. There's something beyond I am. There's something beyond that. The I am will take you to oneness. It will take you to that sarvakalpa. Okay? That's a very expanded state from what consciousness is in now in duality. Okay? That's a very expanded state, but there's, again, something beyond that. Something beyond that. So we take you step by step by step. This is why the Darshan is so effective, you know, because here that consciousness is in that stillness. It's prior to I am. Okay? It's in that direct, absolute. Therefore, it helps to start to pull you more towards that stillness and to start to get some of those blinders removed. It helps to pull you inward rather than externalizing into manifesting more and more. It's there to go the opposite direction. To pull one inwards, 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 into the heart center. Inwards, 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 prior to I am, prior to I am, prior to I am. So this again is not the path for everyone. Not everyone is ready or wanting to find that, what is prior to I am. For those that want to see the gods and goddesses as something external that one wishes to cling to and pray to, nothing wrong with that at all. And for those in duality, it's a very real existence. For the realized being, all of that has deconstructed into what is at the center of that God essence. And what is there is in each being equally. There's only one, not many, not one subdivided into many. The ultimate truth is there is only that singular, indivisible, is. So thank you and namaste. Be a great existence.